Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about planner hacks and tips and tricks that I've learned over the years to bring more functionality to my planning and organization. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick around. All right, before we jump in, I just want to take a moment to thank all the newcomers to my channel. Well, thank you and welcome you, especially. I've noticed an increase in my subscribers, and I'm really happy to have you. And also to thank the people who have stuck around with me for some time. I hadn't in the past couple of years been making regular videos, but I do hope to change that. I have a lot of nice videos planned, and I hope you stick around for that, and welcome and thank you. So how I'm going to go through these hacks is I will first tell you what the hack is, how you would do it, where, why, and for whom this hack or tip or trick would be for, just to give a bit of a structure. So let's dive in with the first hack or tip or trick, which is color coding. So color coding is when you use a color, or let's say you assign a category or person or whatever it is to a specific color. This category could be, for example, work versus personal, or it could be as detailed as, let's say, within your household chores, you have a color for laundry, and then another color for vacuuming, and then another color for mopping the floor or whatever. So you can be as broad or as narrow with your color coding as you want. How you could do this is with stickers, markers, washi tape, flags, basically any kind of stationery that has colors to it. So, for example, here is a sticky tape, well, sticky marker. It says kind of page flags with different colors. I could, in principle, assign a category to every one of these colors. I have my old planner pages here with you just to show you how I did it in the past. This is a planner from 2014. That was the year that I really got into planning, I think, or was it 2013? Doesn't matter. But here I'll show you, for example, in the beginning, I didn't have much, but I used basically a colored marker. And here, I think, I'm not quite sure what the black was, but the orange was birthdays, the green was gigs or something to do with money, and so then I graduated to actual stickers. And so, as you've seen, you can do this in your monthly pages. You could also do it in your weeklies and dailies. For example, here I used a color code. Here's my key in a spiral dex, I think is what you call this. Just so to indicate the time that I was busy doing a specific task, or where I was in the day, or whatever it was. Now, why would you color code? Well, as you can see in the monthly pages, the boxes are not so big. And if you have a lot of things going on on one day, it might be hard to fit it all in with writing. And so color coding is a great way to just kind of indicate what you need to do, or what it is that is going to occupy your time on that date without it taking up too much space. A second thing is that it's a great way of just getting a quick idea at a glance of what your day, month, or week looks like. So, for example, let's say on this December page, I knew that, okay, for example, if the yellow was birthdays, I would, which it was actually now that I look at it, I would kind of look at my December and know, okay, there are 3 birthdays coming up on the in 1 week. I still have some days of work, and I have a gig or another personal project and a work project or whatever. I would see, okay, my December is consisting mainly of a lot of work days, but have a week off or something like this, and a lot of birthdays, so I need to prepare or buy presents for them. So it's just really nice to, at a glance, see like the content of your week, month, or day, and know how you need to prepare for that. So in addition to using it in places where you don't have a lot of space, like in the monthly pages, you can also use it in to save space on let's say your weekly or your daily pages, so that you can utilize your space more efficiently, should I say, in using stickers or dots or whatever it is to indicate tasks or appointments that are maybe regular, that you don't necessarily have to write out. If you just see that that color sticker, you know, okay, that's that. Then the rest of your the space of your pages can be used for other important notes, that are pertaining to that day or whatever. Another reason why you would use color coding is for archival purposes. What I mean by that is, for example, now these are old. These are old planner pages, but what if I need to find out, which date my dentist appointment was in the year 2014, and let's say I had a color coding system where blue was my health, was anything to indicate health. I would just, go through my planner pages and look for anything that had a blue sticker or a blue dot next to it, and therefore I could just quickly go through my pages without having to necessarily read every individual entry, but I could quickly find through the color what I'm looking for. So that's really great just for basically archival purposes and being able to quickly find information when looking back through old planner pages. Now, the disadvantage of color coding, or let's say a possible disadvantage, is if you have too many colors and you're not sure of which color to use or something like this, or you have to basically carry around, like, do you have to carry around all your colored pens just to keep up with the color coding? That can be sometimes overwhelming for some people. But a way to work around it is, number one, keep a key. If I can find mine here, I did have a key. I cannot find it anymore, but keep a key so that you can remember all your color coding and what particular thing you've assigned to a particular color. And then number two, maybe start off with more broad or general categories for your color coding, and stick with just like a few colors. Another thing is you can decide to just basically write everything in pencil or a black pen, and once you're home doing your daily, weekly, or monthly review, you can then, with your stationery around you, and calm, in your planner time, start, assigning the colors or using your highlighters and stuff like this to to properly color code on your planner pages. So who is color coding for? This is for people who want a way to organize their tasks or notes or whatever. They want to have a nice visual aid, a way to process their information. I know that for me, it's really helpful as a person who struggles a bit with dyslexia. I also noticed when I was younger, when I was studying, color coding really helped me to just quickly process and information and like let particular information stand out so that I don't get lost in all the writing, all the words that are on the pages, on the paper. So basically, it's great if you're dyslexic, and if you want just a nice way and a colorful, decorative way of organizing your information or presenting your information whilst still being functional. So the next planner hack I want to talk about is using bullet journal keys. Now, what are bullet journal keys or symbols or signifiers? Basically, if you are familiar with Carol Ryder's bullet journaling, then you know what it is. But if you're not, the bullet journal method is a way of planning or organizing your thoughts and notes in a way that is very systematic. You basically use different symbols and signifiers to identify particular types of notes that you're making. For example, for me here, I've used a triangle to indicate an appointment and a square to indicate a task. And once I completed it, I put a check mark in it. But lately, I've been just filling in the color, filling in the symbol. So you can make up your own symbols, or you can use the ones from the official bullet journal method. So, for example, let's say I had an appointment. I would put a square, and I would say dentist at 10 o'clock. And once that appointment has been done, right now I color it in. And let's say I had a task. I had to collect something, and let's say I didn't have time that day. I would then use a signifier, say that I wasn't able to do it and I've postponed it to the next day. And of course, then you actually write it in the next on the next day. Let's say I want to write a note about something. I'll say, oh, I had to pay back someone, and so this is a note about money, and I'm living in Europe, so I use the euro sign. So when I'm looking back, I'm looking at my notes, and I want to be like, oh, when was it that I paid back so and so? I just look for my signifier and the notes. Oh yeah, that's the euro sign, my finance sign, and I see, yeah, this is the note about money, and I paid back so and so on that date. So that's how that works. And what's great is that you don't really need a lot of things to be able to do this. You basically just need a pen and paper, and it's handy if you have a key so that you remember what your symbols and signifiers are. In the beginning, you might need that reminder, and as you use it more, then it'll just be in your memory. Now, where can you use this? You can use this, of course, on your planner pages. You can use it in your monthly pages, similar to the color coding that I talked about earlier. Maybe instead of using color, you just use signifiers and you make a square, and you know, like, okay, the square means that I need to do a task. Or let's say you combine the signifier with, or let's say the bullet journal symbols with a color code. So maybe a square in a blue color means you have an appointment for a dentist, and then a square in a green color means that you have an appointment at work or whatever. And then sorry, a triangle, sorry, and then a circle with yellow means you have a personal event, for example. So you can make it as simple as just, you know, pen and paper, or as more, I won't say complex, but more fancy with combining it with color coding. And you can do it on your monthly, weekly, daily, and also just on your notes pages when you're making notes or lists, or, you know, in your project pages. Do you need to do a particular task? Does your project entail an appointment? You can basically use it anywhere you want. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, basically, again, it's about bringing more functionality and ease of use of your planner. As you can see here, I mean, looking back, I open this page and I see directly, okay, I have 2 appointments and a task to do that day. Really kind of easily looking through what you've written and knowing exactly like what it's about, basically. Okay, is it a task? Is it an appointment? What is required of me about that particular thing that I wrote down? It's really great in that way. Also, with you know, checking off things, you can see, okay, that was completed, or that appointment did happen, or that appointment didn't happen, or okay, I postponed doing that particular task a lot of times, or whatever it is. So it's just a great way to write down your information and indicate what type of information it is that you've written down, so that you can easily at a glance see what it is. And also, when, again, for archival purposes, when you're looking back, you can also quickly find what you're looking for. So who is this tip or trick for? This is something really cool to use if you are a person who wants a way to organize all their writing. Let's say you write down a lot of notes, and but you have no way of organizing it, and it's just really, you want a simple way of doing it. As I said, all you need really is a pen to do this. You don't need anything else. It's very simple but very effective. Also, as I've said, I struggle with dyslexia, so this is a great method or way of organizing your notes, and just to make things a bit visually clear, to be able to easily process the information that you're reading. Hi guys, so I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I'm seeing that I have recorded up to 43 minutes of content, and this is not even all the hacks that I wanted to share. I had thought to maybe break this into two videos, two parts. The first part sharing the first five, and the second one the other five, but that's just going to be too long. So I'm only going to share, I guess, two, I think, in this video, and make a series out of it. So definitely subscribe if you want to
see the other videos. Yeah, otherwise, it's just going to be too long and it'll take too much time to actually upload it and share it with you guys. So subscribe if you want to see those videos, and also look in the description below because I have already made blog posts about these planner hacks. So if you want just a quick read overview of the things that I'm going to be talking about, then go ahead and click on those links below. But otherwise, thanks for sticking around so far, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till next time, bye.